Okay. So the other day I was working with an intern and he had come back from his first traumatic visit in the ER. And he tilted his head to me and said, "Am I a sociopath?" What? I'm like, "Sir, what are you talking about?" But I knew exactly what he meant. My name is Leslie, and if you're new around here, I'm taking you on the journey of me becoming a chaplain. I'm creating the type of videos I wished existed when I started on this journey a little bit over 2 years ago. So back to my story. So basically, he had experienced this young death that had happened in the ER, something that would rattle the average person. And because he was not rattled, he, in his kind of neurotic CPE kind of way, he's just like, there must be something wrong with me that I'm not breaking down and crying. How am I able to stay calm in the midst of all of this? And what I did is assure him, and what I want to share with you on your journey through CPE to becoming a chaplain. When we are doing our CPE training, there is a category B outcome 1. Meaning there are some things that you're supposed to be learning as you're going through these units of CPE, and they are charted, they are graded, so to speak. And in category B, outcome 1, it talks about self-regulation, self-care. And all chaplains, if you are going to do this work long term, you are going to quickly find out that you need regulation tools. Tools that allow you to remain present without absorbing what's going on in the situation. Now, that doesn't mean that you're stoic and you never cry, you never show any emotions in front of patients, but it does mean that you are able to be a grounding, calming presence in the midst of chaos. And trust me, that comes just like anything else that becomes a part of you. It is a practice. You've got to practice it the same way folks go to the gym all the time. I ain't going to the gym all the time. I need to put that in my category B, outcome 1. I need to go to the gym more often, but in all sincerity, the truth of the matter is you got to practice it, because the more you practice these tools, the more readily available they will be to you when you need them. So I congratulated this intern and basically said, you held your own because you allowed yourself to tap into regulation tools, whether that was your breath, whether that was taking just a pause, whatever it is that he did to ground himself in that moment, it worked. So it doesn't make you a sociopath. This is not a pathology. What it makes you is what I like to say is well-resourced. Here are a couple of things that I want to leave with you as you're thinking about this and thinking about how are you going to not lose yourself in this work or develop compassion fatigue and other things. A huge part of it is going to be, how do you prep yourself for your day? I am a person of prayer. So I believe that prayer is going to ground me and keep me throughout my day. Like, I am never alone. I am never forsaken. The Lord is always with me. But what is it for you? Also, I have a breath work practice. My breath is always with me. I am always able to access a pause. Knowing those things, knowing that I can readily grab those things and that I'm going to be well-resourced makes this journey a lot easier. So my question is, you don't have to do what I do. People have a variety of regulation tools. The point is, you got to have some, okay? I don't start a shift without praying. When I leave a room, I have a ritual that allows me to leave the chaos, the sadness, the misery in that room. Do I do it perfectly? Of course not. But do I do it? Yes. So here's my ritual when I'm leaving a chaotic situation. So I come into a situation praying. I come into a situation realizing that if things get crazy, I can always access my breath. And when I leave, I don't use the hand sanitizer. I literally go to the sink and I wash my hands. And that is my way of reminding myself that I am washing my hands of the grief that is in this room. I am leaving it in the hands of God, because now I have to go from a death to maybe celebrating with someone who just had a baby. The only way that I can do that is by believing that that patient is in the hands of a gracious, kind, and loving God. That is my spiritual orienting system. It doesn't have to be yours, but I encourage you to say, I got to wash my hands of this. And when I say wash your hands of this, that's not meaning, oh my God, I don't care about this. This doesn't mean anything. I can go on to the next thing. Then you would be a sociopath. There is some type of pathology that's probably happening there. But no, in all sincerity, being able to leave that in that room will allow you to do the work that you need to do. Because truthfully, in the day of a chaplain, you could literally be going from experiencing the worst day of someone's life to the best day of someone's life. And we've got to be able to move throughout that. The last thing I want to leave with you, though, is you must have a place to process. One of the things that I see that really concerns me as a chaplain working in hospitals and hospice spaces is I care about our care team. That is our doctors, our nurses, our PCTs, our CNAs, because I often wonder that they're not as resourced with some of these tools as I am as a chaplain, as a more spiritual person, right? As someone who works in spirituality. I don't want to say these people are not spiritual, but someone whose work is spirituality, is that they push down their emotions in order to keep doing this work. And anybody who is working in healthcare, this can easily happen to you. You have to have a place to process. You don't push down, you go to a therapist. You get you a spiritual director, okay? You get you a chaplain. But you need someone who you can process these emotions with, because here's the truth of the matter. There's a book, The Body Keeps the Score, and people talk about that. But that is a true thing. You may be able to put it out of your mind, but your body is storing what is happening to you. Your body is absorbing that grief. So having a ritual, having spiritual practices, having a therapist, a spiritual director, a chaplain is the best investment you can make if you want to have longevity in healthcare. All right, my friends, until next time, in the comments, like, subscribe, share, put in the comments, what do you do for spiritual care? How do you keep yourself regulated and grounded? Until the next time, I'll see you soon. Grace and peace.